Well, I was gonna say NBA Youngboy arrested for drugs and guns, and
that was crazy.
I fear that we might not see him for a while because he's had so much legal trouble, and it's like the last couple of years he's been chilling, but this doesn't sound good.
Because he's on parole, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He's on a suspended sentencing where he has to do 10 years for like the attempted murder or something.
I thought that they were allowing him to do it like
later
outside of jail.
Or it's like a suspended sentence,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's suspended sentence. That means he is going to have to do that time eventually, but they're like basically just like letting him free right now.
Why?
His label, everybody just like appealed to it and they like let him go.
Basically, has a lawyer and money, so he's able to fucking.
And I think the label, like, you know, like the CEO or whatever chairman of the fucking label sending in letters and shit about how he's a good kid and deserves a chance and all that, and like him being out and being free and making music and touring and all that is like, you know, been like is helping him and his family in the city.
It's still very early and very hard for us to know exactly how bad he fucked up. But if this is anything like the Kodak situation, like it sucks because Kodak's one of my favorite rappers. Youngboy I like a lot too. Listen to him all the time. It's like Kodak fucked up so bad. Like
and so many
too
times.
Many times. And it's like at a certain point, it's like you can't really even look at the justice system like they're totally fucking him over like it's Meek Mill popping a wheelie.
Yeah.
It's like at a certain point, it's like Kodak, like this is just too much. And like I feel kind of like Youngboy is sort of the same way that like if you give him enough rope, eventually he's just gonna do some crazy shit. Like if you give him enough freedom, he's just like he hasn't really like if I'm the judge, I'm kind of looking at fucking Youngboy like this is so obvious that you needed to stop doing this stuff if you wanted to stay free.
And the thing that sucks is the judge has been kind of lenient towards him. So like now she, I don't know, maybe she's at the end of her rope too because it just keeps happening.
Yeah, and it's like at a certain point, I feel like you aren't gonna ever learn the lesson if you just keep skating away.
True.
You know, and then it's like you said, he's gonna just end up doing some off the wall shit, and it's just like
I have friends who are like really horrible drug addicts / alcoholics like throughout my life, and like I can think of two different dudes, and one of them basically at a certain point he was so fucked up that he caught a felony and basically got like court ordered like sobriety, like being checked for being sober like all the time, and he was such a bad drug addict, and when he got that fucking court ordered sobriety, it was like night and day. I never saw him fucked up again, and it completely changed his life, and like now he's not being drug tested or whatever, but he's still like is sober, smokes a little bit of weed, but for the most part like he fucking beat it, and like that was his rock bottom. Like catching a fucking felony was enough to make him like, I gotta change my whole life. I have another friend who has been insanely fucked up on alcohol and drugs for like at least like 10 years. And he's just like somehow never really got that bad of a situation. Like as much as he's been violent and crazy and disrespectful and horrible and like done so much fucked up shit, he never really got arrested, and he's still like able to earn enough money to get by. So he's still just getting fucked up. And it's like, I always wonder like, what is his rock bottom going to be? Like when is he going to get to the point where he's actually going to have to stop? And like, you know, it's weird. Like you almost wish for that. You almost wish that they would get like a terrible fucking arrest or something so that they would have to maybe. But I mean, realistically, he probably wouldn't even stop if he got this crazy arrest and the sobriety thing. Like he might have handled that situation differently. I feel like he probably would have kept getting fucked up and just got sent off to jail for 10 years or whatever.
So many people try to cheat the system, like, and try to like one of my really good friends, she has like one of the meters on her car where she has to blow it before she goes, and we'll still be getting fucked up with us and all that, and then she'll just have somebody else blow it, or she'll like, you know, chill out a little bit until it goes under. And I'm just like, bro, that's just so much work to do when like, you know, you have this shit on your car. Your car won't even turn on unless you
having that on your car, and then not like, isn't it just easier to take Ubers at that point or like
something?
How do you not just? Well, I guess most people, you know, it would be unrealistic to just get another car. But like, what stops you from just getting another car? Like,
or just what stops you from just like
chilling?
You just chilling out a little bit, like you know.
If you're gonna get fucking drunk as fuck, maybe at least you don't have to be driving.
At least
it seems like so little to ask in this day and age when it's so easy and readily automated to travel around without a car. Like,
I've been having some real serious problems with Uber like lately though. Yeah.
Why
like,
is there not enough drivers?
I don't know if it's because it's not enough drivers, but it'll give me one price. It'll say that someone's on the way, and then it'll be like 7 minutes away, 8 minutes away, 12 minutes away, and it'll just keep doing that in a cycle until it finally finds someone, and then they'll be on the way, and then it'll be like accept higher rate. Sometimes they'll tell you what the higher rate is. Sometimes it isn't. It's gone from like a $10, $8 trip to a fucking like $40 trip. And I just like if I'm in a rush, I'm somewhere to go, I'm taking the fucking $40 trip.
Yeah, but if you're fucking wasted,
I would.
I'm not talking about.
Still take a $40
I'm not.
Uber.
I was not referring to.
right.
Me
But,
getting
and
fucked
I'm not
up.
blaming people who do it because I'll admit that I definitely drove drunk like many times and also on cocaine and ecstasy many times during my life.
I mean, that should keep you
mean-
at least up and awake more than driving drunk.
Oh yeah, oh man, that was bad. But I definitely have one night that stands out in my head where I had a girl like shoveling fucking coke up my nose while driving. But I honestly I was so fucking drunk that I really needed that to keep going.
At that point,
In retrospect, I could have made a lot better decisions there. But yeah,
yeah, I don't really like. I don't fuck with the drunk driving shit at all, man. Like that shit is scary. I don't even like motherfuckers to drive me that I don't think know how to drive at all. Like, you know, like you could be sober and just people just drive stupid, drive too fast, and just be swerving around people. Like I've almost died in multiple accidents.
I don't even want to say who I'm talking about, but I have a friend who recently I drove somewhere with them, and they just drive like this, just scrolling through text. They pick up a phone call from anybody. They're back to looking at Instagram, like insane. And I was like, I don't know if I can ever go anywhere with this, because I don't want to be like, yo, like.
No, you have to
don't
say
do that because I can't drive with you anymore. Like it would be kind of weird.
Why is that weird? You should say that.
You're right. I should feel comfortable saying that for sure. But I was also like,
if your life is in danger,
just let me drive.
Yeah.
Now.
Because then think about that one time you don't say something and he fucking smacks a four-wheeler and you're in the car with him.
I know.
Then you're fucking dead just because you didn't feel comfortable enough.
I know.
Just because you're being a fucking pussy.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil doesn't do that at least though. Phil's driving on all the BMX stuff and he at least isn't. We
were on tour driving the Sprinter and shout out to the guy that was doing this. I'm not gonna say his name either, but he was swiping on Tinder.
Oh my god, I feel like I know who it was.
As you know, you know exactly who it is. Actually, he knows who it is too. Actually.
Yeah, he was there with us.
But he got in a car accident on Tinder?
No, he was in a car accident.
No,
he was just driving us. No, not you, not us, but on another tour I was on with him.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, then I don't know.
I remember.
Oh, I know.
On the Germ and Don Krez podcast I did back in the day, they describe so much bad behavior in relationship to drunk driving and driving off Xans that it was like unbelievable. And I think it's still up. I hope I didn't let them convince me to take it down, but like they just are describing like crashing tour buses and shit. Like it's fucking crazy.
I remember them saying something like they took the Sprinter and then crashed it and then just left it there and then went back to the hotel and just went to sleep and then started driving a different car the next day.
I think that podcast, they were like still getting fucked up off Xans because Don Krez stopped, I'm pretty sure. Or at least last time I talked to him, he stopped. I don't know about Germ.
No, I just seen Germ when I was in Atlanta. He was doing good. He had his Hellcat.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Doing donuts and shit. He was chilling.
Germ was a skateboarder, young Xanax, wilding out ass motherfucker for a while there.
Yeah,
Shout out Ryan Beckford, dude. He was a bad one
Ryan.
too, man. He was off the Xans
Right,
crazy
really?
for a while.
Ryan?
Yes. He would be tweeting about it and shit, just like talking about skating and like, bro, that shit, you gotta leave it alone, man. That shit is evil.
Yeah, that shit will have you doing some fucking crazy
Especially
ass
if you're trying
shit.
to do anything physical.
Oh, yeah.
Xanax, it's over. Usain Bolt, if he took one Xan, he would not be where he's at right now. I don't think.
It'll fucking, shit, nigga, you can't even get up out of bed sometimes afterwards. Like, you know, it'll make you not be able to do anything.
Or, I mean, best and the worst, but, yeah. Anyway, what the fuck are we talking about? We can't go down the
NBA
Xan story
Youngboy.
rabbit hole. Oh, yeah, NBA Youngboy. Free him. I hope it's not as bad as they're acting like it is.
I think he's back out already.
Yeah?
He
Well, I hope
posted
they
bail.
don't shove him in a fucking cell for 10 years because that would be such a crazy-ass waste of talent. I wonder who would rise up and replace him. Maybe NLE Choppa.
NLE Chakra. Can we talk about that?
I mean, we did talk about it a little bit last week, right? But what was that video about that you sent?
Yeah, what was the video you sent? I didn't have a chance to watch it yet.
It was about whatever happened with him and it was about him and his baby mama, and they got into it, and she was like going on Instagram Live and saying that like you didn't see any of this.
No, I didn't watch the video.
Wow, well,
I didn't watch it either.
It just came out.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like I guess this story happened like a week ago, and he talked about this on his YouTube channel. But basically, he went over to his baby mama's like mom's house and was like trying to get in to see the kid. He said he hasn't seen his daughter since the first week that she was born.
Okay.
He goes to the door. I guess he's banging on the door. He said that he was just knocking normally. The baby mama says differently, that he was banging on the door. She shows proof of like the garage door like beat the fuck in and all this shit. Apparently he like pushed her out of the way like looking for the kid, and he got like arrested for like, you know, like domestic violence type thing. And then also they said that he shot up the crib. He shot up the crib that the baby was in, but the girl never said this on her live. And then NLE Choppa said that there was no shells anywhere, but that was apparently on like one of the list of things he got arrested for.
What the fuck? This seems very counter to what he has been telling us about himself. I didn't know this.
Well, even him explaining it, like he seemed very calm, and like, you know, like he seemed like the way he presented it made it seem like perfectly kind of normal. But the way that the baby mama was explaining it was like he was some crazy maniac running through the house, fucking, you know, breaking shit. And you got to think about it. It wasn't even like their house or her house. It was her mom's house.
Right.
And the stepdad is the one who called the police. Like, it was crazy.
Shooting up a house with your own child in it sounds kind of crazy. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know.
If he says that the police found no shell casing, and then the baby mama also didn't mention anything about that in the video that she put, like she was like on live,
right?
So
maybe she didn't want to mention it.
But
wasn't there something that similar that happened last year with him and a girl and guns?
I don't know.
Because I saw it on Twitter. It was like trending about like, oh, I can't believe he's acting like NLE Choppa now when just last year he was like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'll investigate.
Young and wilding out this guy is. Hey, let me tell you, you can take the Choppa out of the NLE, but you can't take the NLE out of the Choppa. Hey, this has been another episode of the No Jumper Show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to support, like, comment, subscribe, and go to nojumper.com. Get yourself a kendama or a t-shirt or something. Appreciate y'all.